Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to make a little analysis regarding this game which has been for about a year ago that came out in the market. It's a favorite game of mine, of course. It's a game that I love, but that doesn't mean that the game is perfect by any means. I'm going to compare this game with other gacha games in the market that we have right now and analyze its problems. We have many problems with this game still, and I expect them to be fixed within the next year. Hopefully within the first 2 or 3 months they fix these issues. And we know based on the latest update that we got, which of course had this survey to let us know if we wanted to get some new features into the game and our opinions regarding some new game modes. So hopefully these get added pretty soon. For now we're going to start with the stuff that we got within the game and its interface and what it offers to us to do within the game environment and what we can do daily on it. So basically, here we have the mission tab. Here are the daily quests, and here are some specialized quests. These ones are limited to a time period. In this case, this is the lunatic difficulty. You start from normal, then you go to hard, and then you go to lunatic, of course, which is the last one that we have here. You get some rewards for clearing them. Most of the times, at least in this game, you don't get something really, extra or bumped up for getting to the next difficulty. You pretty much get the same items. In this case, you get a little extra, but in the end it's only 1 or 2 extra items compared to what you got compared to the other difficulties. In normal per se, I remember that you got two dueling crests, you had 2 stamina potions, you had the same number of coins and just 1 orb. Same went for the hard difficulty, and now here in the lunatic you're getting triple the amount. You're getting actually not triple but quadruple, but it was going to by 2 by 2 by 2. First you got 2, then you got 4, and now you get here 8. You get 4 stamina potions. You get 2 orbs, which means just 1 extra orb. You don't get 4 orbs, you just get another one compared to the normal difficulty. And you just get the same amount of coins as the normal difficulty. Okay, so this is the quest for today, and this is exclusive only to Saturday and Sunday. You only get these quests on Saturday and Sunday, which basically means Friday at midnight, and also of course Saturday at midnight. It's not like you get them on the same day at midnight. Like you don't get them at Saturday and Sunday at midnight. You get them the day before, basically 1 hour before. I think right now you get them at 11 p.m. You only get 1 orb, 1 stamina potion, and 100 feathers for that. And you get also these quests. These are the daily quests, the arena assault, and you get the daily quests. Those are the ones that are there by default and always pop up at 11 p.m. on the daily. And as you can see, you get pretty much the same stuff. You just get 1 dueling crest, 1 dueling crest from that. Here because it's on the weekend, of course, you're getting here in a stamina potion. But if it would have been normally during weeks, you get 100 feathers, you get around 1,000 crystals, and you get 1 dueling crest. This is like the more attractive one that you get because it's on the weekends, and they swap out the dueling crest and the 1,000 crystals for the orb and the stamina potion here. So basically that would have been the case. Like it would have been a normal weekday, you would have gotten 200 feathers in total, 2,500 crystals, and you would have gotten 2 dueling crests from doing all the daily orbs. All the daily quests. No extra orbs and no extra stamina potions from that. You just get more crystals, more dueling crests, and a whole 200 feathers from doing your daily stuff, and that's it. normally what you would get. If you get, like I mentioned before, these here are extra quests, and you don't get these daily or weekly. You get these like each time 2 weeks, basically, these types of quests. Like here we have January quest. These are the whole quests for the month, the whole quest list. As you can see, you don't get that many stuff from here. When it comes to orbs, here you get a total of 9 orbs, and you get 5 dueling crests, you get some light blessings, you get some stamina potions, but of course the most important stuff for us when it comes to these type of games, the gacha games, are the orbs. You're getting a whole 5 plus 3 plus 1, you're getting a total of 9 orbs from here. So as you can see, not too much stuff for a whole month, only 9 orbs from the monthly quests. A whole month, only you get 9 orbs from that. That's when it comes to the number 1, of course. Actually, let's get to the number 2, which only gives you feathers and a total of 10 orbs or so. You get for clearing each of the training stratums. Most of the cases 10 to 15 times. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and exactly 10 orbs. So you get, that's 19 orbs for a whole month. When it comes to also the second quest here, and you get some extra feathers. Okay, and here we get another 3 extra orbs. It's not a specialized in orb section. You only get some crystals to train your characters for each color, and you get 1, you get 2, and you get 3 extra orbs from here. And as you can see, some other items such as potions, the light blessings, and of course the dueling crests. You don't get that many orbs. As you can see, the grand total was 22 orbs for the whole month, which is of course not that much. When it comes to quests, of course, that's the whole month quest that you get. And you have here some it's specialized rewards. In this case, we have here the Happy New Year rewards for clearing the Paralog number 17, which is of course the latest one that came out, if I'm not mistaken. And you get 3 orbs from clearing each of the maps on the hardest difficulty, which is Lunatic. Here's other specialized rewards. These are for the latest maps that came out for the main story, the chapter 4 book 2. To clear for clearing all of them in the max difficulty, you get another extra orb out of that. And we have here other specialized one, which is the refined weapons and the chain challenge. The chain challenge, which is other specialized quest, and it's, in my opinion, pretty lame, to be honest. I mean, it's cool that they give you extra stuff, but sometimes the stuff that you need to do to clear it, it's very time consuming, and in the end the rewards that you get are not really that worth it. I mean, you get a whole orb for clearing each one of these challenges. I mean, I think this one wasn't too hard, but this one was actually quite hard. A Squad Assault challenge is for you to clear 5 maps without dying, and well, they're not easy to handle. You need to have a pretty good team, or a set of actually 5 teams actually fully built, which means 4 times 5, it's 20 characters with full range of abilities. Of course, if you're a pretty skilled player, you may be able to pull it out, but that will be out of the question in this situation. It's actually something that maybe in the case that you are very good at the game, but still, case on point, you get very minimal rewards for doing these quests. And as you can see, these have 8 days left. This one here has 8 days left, and I cleared it about a week ago or so, maybe more. So you don't get these rewards daily for doing this. These things last like 2 to 3 weeks until they disappear and they give you a new quest for that. So it's pretty lame, to be honest. Like, you're only getting 2 orbs for something that lasts for 3 weeks, and well, that's not very good to know. And this one here, this is like the whole year of the game. This had been here for the whole year, like since the game came out, and you only get this stuff like this here, you could say, are the lifetime rewards. Like, for playing the game a whole year, these are the rewards that you get. You don't get 50 orbs, you don't get 20 orbs, you don't get 20 stamina potions for doing some, hard quests. You only get 2,500 crystals per each one of these, and that's nothing, because you can only basically train a character to level 20 using 2 of these sets. Like, you need about 5,000 crystals to train a character to level 20, and that's it. These crystals are nothing that valuable per se. I mean, they're very useful. In my opinion, they're most useful than the other ones, which train your characters from level 20 to 40. Because when you're trying to get that character to be foddered, to, of course, give your characters a new skill that it's effective only from a 4-star character, these are very helpful, but still, that's the whole set of rewards that you get from here. And that'll be it for the quests that you can get. Here we have the friend list. Here's the magnificent friend list that we have here. Here are all my friends, and as you can see, when it comes to stuff that you can do with them, you can tap with them, of course, and look at their units, and you can see how long ago did they play. But you don't have other choices, such as, invites, or if you want to see their team for the arena, or if you want to invite them to do something or something of the sort. You just have them here. Basically, you just tap on their unit and look at their skill set, and that's it. You don't have any other interaction. You have here the friend list search option. You have here your friend ID. You have here the requests that you sent to somebody that are still pending for them to accept, and you have here the ones that you have received that you can accept. And of course, from here you can delete your friends, just in case, of course, that you want to clear space for a friend, or if somebody has not been playing the game for more than 2 weeks and you, of course, have the sensation that that person is not going to come back. But anyway, as you can see, the friend list is nothing that special. It's just there for interaction with some people in very minimal ways, such as, well, bragging rights. You can look at their units, it's fun, and that's it. Okay, and now for features, like what you can do in the game. Basically, if you go here to battle, you have here the voting outlet, which is a event that comes out ever so once a month. Seems like this time around we're not going to have it, because the date for this event should be around 2nd of January or so. Sorry, February, because this one was actually back in the 1st or 2nd of January. So if we're going to have another one, it should have been announced like yesterday or today, if not mistaken. So yeah, it seems like we're not going to have this event happening again. Maybe they're going to tweak it again and fix it possibly, or maybe they're going to replace this one for another event. Those are all just possibilities, but yeah, seems like we're not gonna get this month around another event of these. We have here the training tower, which is exactly meant to do that. You just put a character here with a low level and train them all the way up to level 40. These are good for training a character HP wise, but to get SP points, which are the points that you use for buy new skills, or of course the new skills that your character has received from inheritance. You can learn them that way, or you want to learn the skill that the character already came with. Those are the points that you use for that. So basically, yeah, that's the purpose of this game mode here, to train your characters, level them up, or of course, if you want to train them through this way, giving them the skill points, you can do it that way. But of course, it will take you a lot of time and a lot of resources and stamina. So yeah, it's not very it's not something that is very recommended. Here we have you could say more or so the game mode that is always in the game present, the arena, which it's an interesting game mode. To be honest, I don't really dislike it. It's kind of a fun game mode to see. If you go in there, and then you can see here the bonus characters, which is not something very good, of course, because sometimes you just want to use the best characters that you have or your favorites, and you're hindered because most of the time the list of characters here, the new characters as a bonus ones, are not characters that you really are interested in training. Maybe of course as time goes, you'll have each and every single one of these characters fully trained that pop up here every week, and you don't have any issues. But yeah, most of the times it's very hard to have a character on this set that is fully trained, for that matter. So yep, that's when it comes to the arena. Here you battle other people's teams, and that way you can get a bit better at the game by learning it, and of course looking at other people's teams and fighting their teams, and see how the, of course, artificial intelligence in this game works, because that's how you learn the game. Basically, that's when it comes to the arena. And the arena has no access to some very prominent skills. Here we go through your defenses. If you go through here, as you can see here, you have a scorage for your defense, and it doesn't stack up or give you another extra stuff if you surpass the first goal. It only gives you the match score for your defense, like the defense that was most prominent out of all of the defenses that you have, and based on that they give you a little reward, which are, I think, if I'm not mistaken, around 900 feathers at max. And that's it when it comes to that. But here, of course, here's where you can see the tier for your weekly rewards. When it comes to the arena, you get 4 extra orbs if you are in tier 19 and 2000 feathers. Tier 20 gives you 4 orbs and 3000 feathers, and that's basically the max reward that you can get from this if you're on the upper end of the tier. As you can see, nothing that impressive, because I'm going to show you shortly other games that reward the players in a more efficient way for these game modes, which you could say are the kind of PvP-ish modes. Of course, you cannot really say that it's PvP, because you're not really playing with the other person. You're playing against the environment, of course, a PvE environment. You're just playing against a player-created team that is being controlled by the artificial intelligence in the game, the AI, of course, or the game computer. But yeah, that's basically what you get here at max: 4 orbs and 3000 feathers on the weekly. Not something that impressive, to be honest. And that's when it comes to that. Here we have another variation of that game mode, which is the Arena Assault. Here you can see, of course, items that you can get through playing the game mode. Each time that you clear 3 stages, which totals at 7 actually. It's like you clear 3, then you can clear 5, sorry. That's actually, the first time is 3, you clear 3 stages, and you clear 5, then you clear 7. If you clear 3, you get one of these items. If you clear 2, you get 2 of these items. Sorry, if you clear other 2, in total of 5, you get 2 of these items. And if you clear 7, you get a total of 3 items. in total. Here you can of course go through this without no deaths, and works the same way as normal arena, but this here of course forces you to change your team each time that you go through each one of the teams in the arena. So basically you end up using a total of 7 teams, which are around 28 characters or so. So very interesting game mode, and as you can see here, the rewards are a bit more interesting. You get a bit more stuff from here. You don't get orbs, which you should get orbs from here. If you're getting coins and you're getting refining stones, this shouldn't be a bad idea that they also add in some orbs. Like people who end up in the upper tier should get 30 orbs, 30 refining stones, and 30 coins. And of course the same 25, 25, 25, 22, 22, 22, and that's how it goes for that. But yeah, basically I think it should be fair that they should give you orbs here too, because to start with, in the arena they're not giving that many orbs. They're giving only 4 orbs for the people who are on the top of all the people, like all the other players, the ones that score better than anyone, and they're only getting 4 orbs weekly for going through that mode all the time. They're not getting anything that is that useful from now that. I mean, 4 orbs are 4 orbs, and of course it's something, but it's nothing that impressive, so it shouldn't be impossible for them to distribute orbs through this game mode here too, because it isn't like they're going to, you know, maximize the amount of orbs that they can give through one game mode if that mode is not giving too many orbs at all. So yeah, that's when it comes to the arena mode here, the arena and the arena assault. Nothing that impressive, to be honest. It's kind of cool, as I mentioned before, because you can see other people's teams, but that's basically the only purpose that it has. That's basically the main bread and butter. Okay, now we go here to the story maps, and here things get a bit interesting. Here you get the main story mode, which lets you play through the story mode of the game. Nothing that impressive, to be honest. The story is interesting to say the least, but it's nothing that impressive or that game changing. You're just doing the same thing that you do in the training tower, but here you just do it in a more structured way, with specific characters, of course, that appear through the story mode to, of course, complain a dialogue or something of the sort, which you only get, of course, in the normal difficulty, and that's okay, of course, but just a little note to add there. So here we have the next game mode, which are the paralogs. These ones here are basically story, but in a more mini way. Like you only get like three elements or 3 stories per each chapter, like 3 specific stages, and that's the only difference from main story. Like in main story you get 5 stages, and the paralogs you only get 3 stages, which it's expected. It's a paralog, it's not something that deep, and of course it's not a very huge difference. It's like most of these paralogs are specialized for events, like when an event character comes out, such as summer characters, winter characters, or of course the Halloween, and I think the upcoming characters we're gonna get in the February are gonna be Valentine's characters. In the paralogs here is where you get them. Like we have here the New Year, we have here the Winters, we have here a little event that they have for the Choose Your Legends Round 2 characters, and that's basically it when it comes to those 2. The next one is kind of like a repetition of the Arena Assault mode, which is a chain challenge. Basically the same. I mean, you go through all of the chapters here. Like you clear chapters 1 and 2, which are cramped in 5 and 5 stages to make a total of 10 stages, and you clear them with a set of teams which are specifies to be 2, sometimes 1, or in this case, of course, in the more hard difficulty, 3 teams. And you can do it deathless, or you can pass through them using each one of the teams. It all depends on your performance. It doesn't affect the rewards that you get at the end. Like, you can do it with 1 team deathless, and you're gonna get the same reward as somebody who did with the 3 teams and only at the end only had 1 character still living. So yeah, nothing that intense. I mean, that interesting. It's actually kind of intense sometimes, because if you want to survive, sometimes it throws you a lot of stuff. But when we talk to intensity, actually, here the last game mode is, in my opinion, the most difficult one, especially when it comes to those little chapters which are mixed in, which have a time limit. Like, you can only have there 3 mostly 6 turns to survive or to clear the whole map. And these maps here have units with inflated stats, and most of the time they don't have skills equipped to them, which, thank God, if they had those equipped, this will be basically the most hard content in the game, most harsh, to be honest, and hard to beat, even more so than the arena assault mode, in my opinion, because the units here get some very inflated stats. And as you can see, the whole set of chapters here are all based on the same premise of going through maps and beating them, and of course battling. And that's it when it comes to the story maps. Here in the special maps, we get some events. You could say you can get a character from here on the daily. Here we have Sophia today, and each day you get a new character. If you beat these, you only get, I think, 3 characters. No, actually only 2 of the same character, 2 copies, and that's it. You cannot farm more, you cannot get other extra stuff. You clear again the map. You only get your character that one single time after you beat the map, and that's it. No extra stuff. Okay, after that we go here to another extra set of maps which we have live on now, which are the refined weapons. From here you have 3 difficulties, and all of them, if not mistaken, I think, actually no, normal and hard. The first time that you beat them, they gave you 5 refining stones, and the lunatic one, the last one, gave you 1 orb for clearing it. So yeah, as I mentioned before, nothing that impressive. Like, if you count the numbers, of course, by the end you will get a total of 5 orbs from here, and 50 refining stones, which equal to refine 1 weapon only. It's nothing that impressive, to be honest. And these quests here last, I think these ones have been here for around 1 week or so. So these lasted around 2 weeks. 2 weeks for getting the materials to refining only 1 character's weapon. Only 1 weapon from that character. It's not like you unlock all the abilities, all the weapons from that character. You only unlock 1 character weapon. 1 weapon of that character, and that's it. So yeah, nothing that impressive, to be honest, and for the time that it lasts, it's kinda bad. So yeah, and here on the top we have a feature which is the most interesting out of all of the stuff that you get here on the special maps, which are the Grand Hero battles. These ones here, as of course 6 months ago, started having infernal difficulties, and some of the older ones that came out before these, which only had hard and lunatic, had been updated to have now infernal too. So these are pretty good, to be honest. I really like them when they come out, but yep, they don't last for that long. Of course, you may have sometimes well, a very hard time with the infernal difficulty, trying to specialize in your teams and of course assemble a team that can survive the hits from the other characters and clear the whole map. It's pretty fun, to be honest, and it's one of the most interesting features in the whole game, the Grand Hero battles. It's such a shame that you only can get the character the times that you clear each one of these. You cannot farm the character and get more copies of him. You are just basically only able to get the 3 copies that you get, and then once you get a little check here, that means that it's over. Like you cannot get more stuff from that. You don't get more feathers. You don't get more extra stuff such as lightning orbs. Sorry, light blessings, or for that matter, stamina. You only get your character, and in the infernal difficulty, you get the character of 4 stars, such as in lunatic. In the infernal, you get 2,000 extra feathers, and that's it. That's all the stuff that you get from that stuff. So yep, as you can see here, we have also one more game mode, which is the Tempest Trials. And what to say about it? It's basically the same as chain challenges with a team, and you are just going through scoring as high as you can and clearing most maps as you can to get more rewards. It's that system that you have in a gacha game where you have a whole set of floors, and each time that you clear a stage or a set of stages, you get a set of points, and these points sum up and sum up and sum up, and each time that you reach an amount of points, you're given a reward for that. So yeah, in this Tempest Trials, the past ones that we had are mini, which are reduced to half the points as you normally will get for them. From 100,000 they were reduced to 50,000, and you get the same rewards, but of course the catch is that you only get the half the time to do it, so you only got 1 week to do it. Normally you would get 2 weeks when you get 100,000 points to clear the whole reward list, but when you get only 1 week, the points become of course 50,000, and that's it. Nothing that interesting in my opinion. Is a good game mode, but it's not, to be honest, nothing that interesting. You just go there and you put your game in automatic, leave your characters do their thing, and that's it. You're only there to get the rewards. It's not something really that enjoyable per se. You only enjoy getting the rewards, and that's it. The game mode itself is nothing interesting, and the rewards are okay per se. I mean, they don't give you that much stuff from there, but you're getting some very interesting stuff from this game mode, such as some very good special seals to your characters, which can make the character very interesting, and of course boost the build that you gave them, which is some very good stuff. And of course you get from here as a reward a character. Last time we got from here the New Year's Koren, which is a pretty good character, to be honest. It's not that of course intense, such as the 5-star summonable units that you may get from summoning. Of course we're talking about top tier characters such as Hector, Brave Lynn, Brave Ike, Brave Lucina, Brave Roy, all brave characters, and of course some latest ones that came out such as Micaiah, Soth, Selgis. You have also Mirror in the game. You get some pretty interesting units which can be helpful, of course. They can help you if you're playing something such as the chain challenges, or if you're playing Arena Assault. But that's it. You're not going to use those characters in your defense teams, to be honest. If you want to do it, go ahead and do it, but it's not recommended because they are not very powerful units. They are pretty good, and that's it, to be honest. And we're done with that. Here in the allies, we get choice to edit teams, you can learn skills, and you can unlock potential of your characters from 4 to 5 stars. You can inherit skills from other characters to your other characters that you have, such as 5 stars from 4 stars, or you can merge them here in the merge allies choice. You can seal. Actually, you can have here your seal list and inherit these to your characters, give them so they can have extra skills, and here you can enhance them too. If you have, of course, the amount of points that is needed, such as 50 coins in some cases or 100 coins, you can use your resources from the dueling crest that you get, and also you can get these stuff here, such as the crest that you get from the training tower, to use that to improve your characters. And that's it. When it comes to the Seal Forge, the weapon refinery is the one that uses your SP on your characters that you use to learn skills, and of course, the same way that you use your dueling crest to improve the character. And also you have here the refining coins, which you get from going to the arena. That's basically the only item right now in the game that you can farm, and that's not very great because, well, the coins are good. The refining stones are the ones that really matter the most, and the fact that you don't get any refining stones from going through arena assault and arena each time that you clear it, it's kind of a bummer. They should be able to be farming the game. It isn't like you're given an orb each time that you clear a stage. It's only refining stone. It's a quality of life item that lets you improve your character. So I think you should be able to farm those here. So yeah, very bad that you can only farm the coins and not the refining stones, to be honest. And here you have another feature which is kinda interesting, which is the Confer Blessing, which gives the character the ability to boost the SP that they get by doubling that's SP. And also, if that character is in tandem working on the same team with a legendary hero such as Fjorm and Gantra, that way you get, in the case of Gantra, 4 extra resistance points and 5 HP if not mistaken. And you get 5 HP and actually no, 3 HP I think in both cases. And in the case of Fjorm, of course, extra 3 speed for that character if it's in the same team. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting feature, but the way that they did implement it in the game is not very generous, to be honest, because if you want to get the blessings, of course, you need to summon for that character, and that's the only way to get the blessings. You cannot buy them with feathers or with orbs or with anything. The only way to get these blessings are through summoning, and of course you get an extra one from the Tempest Trials as a reward, a single one. You don't get a couple of them, or of course a set of 5 even, but you only get one. Yeah, nothing too interesting, to be honest. As I mentioned before, it's something good, but the way that they implemented in the game, it's something that it's always catered, of course, towards that people that spend in the game. So yeah, I mean, you can get it, of course, if you summon with your free orbs, but if you're not very lucky, you may not end up getting any of those legendary characters. So yeah, it's something that is basically locked to somebody who is summoning mostly in the game with pay-to-play orbs, or that they spend many orbs in the game, and that's it. So yeah, that's when it comes to that. Those features, as I mentioned before, you can send here your characters home, you can level them up, you can equip their skills, learn the skills that they have inherited or the ones that they came with. You can equip the seals that you have forged or enhanced, and of course you can edit your teams here and change the characters that you have to improve your teams, to change them for the next season to arena, or of course to prepare them for the next challenge that you're going to go through in the game. And that's it when it comes to that. Here we have the summon feature. Here we have currently right now four, no, actually three banners only, as you can see here. All of these have a specific end date. None of these are permanent. Here per se, of course, the New Year one is going to end in 2 days, which actually means it's going to end in 3 days, because when it gets to the last day, then it starts counting from hours. So it will be 23, 22, all the way to 0 hours. And this one will last around 12 days, and this one is going to last around more, around or so 10 days. So yeah, none of these, just to emphasize on that, assure you anything. These are all luck based in the end. You're going to summon from here and get a character. You may get that character, but only because, of course, you were lucky enough to get it, or if you were able to reach the max point of pity rate, which is I think 100, 11%. After 11%, I think the possibility of you summoning a 5-star becomes 100%. So yeah, that's not very cool at all. And well, to be honest, the summoning here, it's a pretty bad feature right now in the game that needs a lot of work. The 5-star pull and the 4-star pull, and of course the 3-star pull are pretty stale. The only one that gets improved, basically, and of course, is the 5-star one, because of all of these characters that come to the game. The 5-star characters that you have in front of you here are exclusive to special banners. You cannot get them through normal means in the game. So yeah, these characters that you can see here, such as Camilla, Asura, and Kumi, are going to disappear from the game until a new legendary character banner comes out, or until the next New Year banner, which may or may not include them. And that's it for those. Here, these characters that we have here, and of course these ones that we have here, are going to be part of the poll. At least for now, we know that. Such as Erika, Larachelle, and Mer. All three of these characters are going to be added back to the poll once this ends. And of course, more than likely, one of these three characters is going to become a 4-star, and that's it. The 3-star character since the beginning of the game, since the start of the game, has not been changed at all. Has been always the same poll. Here we have a very specialized banner, which actually is a first in the game, where you have the chance of getting all of these awesome fodder characters, and you have a 4-star focus here, which is a first in the game, as I mentioned before. Always you get before a 5-star focus, a 4-star rate, and a 3-star rate, but this is the first time that we have gotten in the game a 4-star focus too, which the focus characters in this whole banner that you can see here, which if not mistaken, I think they are around 12 characters, they give you a 4-star focus for them too, because all of these characters come in 4-star flavor and in 5-star flavor, in this banner only, because these are all 4-star characters. If not mistaken, I think that Oscar, Mathilda, and Faye, and Roy, and Klein, actually there's quite a lot, and Abel, actually half of these characters also are there in the 5-star poll. And that's the issue that you can see right now. Like, all of those characters which are supposed to be part of fodder, except for, in my opinion, Klein and Roy. Like, Roy is a special character, and if he's a 5-star, of course, I won't have a problem with that, because he is a very special character. And such as Klein, which is a very good fodder character, and we're very fortunate to having him as a 4-star in the game. Imagine how hard would it be to get him if he was a 5-star only character. But yeah, very good banner here, and to be honest, this banner sets an example to what needs to be done with these characters. Like, many of these characters should be demoted from 5-star to 4-star to fix many of the issues that we have right now with this summoning feature, which have many pity breakers in the game. And the issue with that is that when you get pity breaking, when a 5-star that is not part of the banner that you're trying to summon from comes in, all of the pity, all of that summoning rate that you were increasing through summoning 4 stars and 3 stars gets reset back to 3% once you summon a 5-star. So it's very bad that they have not fixed that yet. And as I mentioned before, I hope that all of the issues that this game has are fixed within the next 3 months, hopefully. And of course, that's it when it comes to this feature. We have here the shop, which is something standard for this type of game. Here to purchase orbs, you can upgrade the castle for more experience, you can use your stamina potions or orbs to restore your stamina, you can restore your dueling swords, which of course it's an item that you can get through the game, you can expand your barracks, which of course let you have more space for summoning more characters. And complete purchases just, of course, if something went bad during the purchase of orbs, and well, you wanted to resume that purchase that you left off the last time. And that's something pretty standard, to be honest. Nothing that interesting there. And here we have the miscellaneous section, which it's kind of like another feature here that lets you see the catalog of heroes that you have in the game. Here you can see their dialogue, you can see their summoning animation, and well, this is a pretty cool feature, to be honest, that lets you see the characters that you have, and the ones that have that like a more lighter frame let you know that those are the characters that are already 5 stars in the game, and that you already saw their dialogue at level 40. So yeah, many of these characters here are very cool, to be honest, and I don't have any issues with the characters in the game. That's one of the redeeming features, that the characters in the game are pretty good, and this game has been pretty good with this fan service towards the game. And when I say fan service, I'm referring to the good fan service too, and also of course the one that entices most of the time gentlemen to summon. But I'm talking about here, of course, the feature that lets you see those characters that you love with special costumes, or of course just shining the game with beautiful art, beautiful, of course, voice acting, and sometimes, why not, beautiful dialogue too. So not a bad feature at all to see your characters here in a collection of games, of course, starting from the, actually, just to check once again with you, as you can see here is chronologically, you can see the games that these characters take part in, such as of course Marth, starting with the Marth there. You have all the characters that you have in that game. Then we have here Gaiden with the characters from Fire Emblem 2. Of course, Fire Emblem 3 is also part of Marth 2, so we have here characters from that game at first, as were shown here. We have Clarice, we have Legion, we have Navarre, which are all characters part from the second set of game that came out of the first and second one, which is Mystery of the Emblem. Here we have, of course, after that, Fire Emblem 4 with Sigurd, Fire Emblem 5, which has not come out here, but of course the representatives are Reinhardt and Olwen, his sister. After that we have Fire Emblem 6, the Binding Blade, we have Fire Emblem 7, Blazing Sword, and after that we get Path of Radiance, with Ike, Raiden Dawn, Kaya, and then we get Awakening, and then we get Fates, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, they are arranged chronologically, pretty interesting. Here you can have a little look at your hero merit for your characters, which is a pretty good feature that I think it's a good thing to have. Will let you get more feathers from a character the more you use them in the game. Pretty good, to be honest. It's a feature that needs to be had in the game to ease up the process of training a character, and well, it really helps a lot when you're trying to get those feathers and you have no other ways of getting them through quests. But just by using a character and grinding with those characters at Chain Challenge or Arena Assault or anything of that matter, you can get that way your hero merit, and well, get that way more feathers, of course, to train more characters and improve a character that is already being trained or merged to get more merges. So yeah, not a bad feature at all. Settings, of course, your standard stuff, account management, and of course the achievements that you get to role play, and of course your frequent asked questions, etc. section, so that you can see some other information that may be of your interest. You could say it's the help section in this game. And that's it. I know it has been a pretty long session here, but now we're gonna get to show you other examples of games, which of course relate to this game in the fact that they're gacha games too, and we're going to compare them to this game so that way you can see the main problem the problems that we have with Fire Emblem Heroes, which is a game that I say again, I love it, but I want to see it fixed as soon as possible. So I'll be back with you in one of those games, and we're going to see those examples. So see you in the next game. Welcome back, everyone. We're here now with the other game that I was going to show you, of course, after Fire Emblem Heroes. I present to you Naruto Ultimate Ninja Blazing, another game in the same vein as such as Fire Emblem Heroes. It's a gacha game, and of course I'm going to compare this game with Fire Emblem Heroes just to show you some examples and why Fire Emblem Heroes is not only lacking in content, but also lacking in some other very important factors. And this game also, of course, mirrors a lot of those issues that Fire Emblem Heroes has. And I think that if Heroes would base its new updates in this game, the game will be much more friendly towards all players. It will be much better as a game, especially, of course, as a game towards all of these players. Not only having great content and amount, but also great rewards for their characters. So yeah, let's go first through story. In this game you have a section of stories here. Each one of these stories that you get through this game also have a second difficulty here, which is the hard difficulty. But the catch here, of course, is that for clearing every single one of these stages, you get 5, in this game, the currency for summoning is not orbs, it's pearls. So you get 5 pearls for each one of these stages once you complete them. And inside of them you have a set of little segments that you can clear, which are called stages here too. And for clearing each one of these conditions, like you can see here the conditions: no continues allowed, complete within a set amount of turns, and defeat all the enemies. And also there is another set of rewards which is called Lucky Drop. This Lucky Drop, depending on the luck status, the luck stat of a character that you have in your team as the main lead, you have improved chances of getting that. If you get all 3 rewards cleared here, and if you get the Lucky Drop too, you get an extra pearl for each of these stages. So if you take that in account, you basically can get for these for completing all of these stages here, plus of course the whole thing, like all these stages together, you can get a total of 9 pearls for that. So you get 5 for clearing all 4, and for clearing all the conditions of all of these, you get a total of 9 pearls. So that's pretty good. We also have here the second stage, which works the same. You get 5 pearls for completing the whole thing, and for clearing every single one of these conditions, you get an extra pearls. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra pearls out of that, which equals to a total of 10. And that's how it works, basically. For that, this is basically like the story of Heroes, but here you don't get any chain challenges or anything, of course, of the sort. You only get your story, and of course you get your extra 5 you get your 5 pearls for completing all of these stages, and you get of course an extra pearl for each one of these stages that you complete within the act. Of course, I'm going to call them acts so that you can differentiate. You clear the stage, and all of these, every single one of these, I have not completed them yet, all the conditions, but I have yet to get the lucky drop and some drops here, and that is going to give me an extra pearl once I complete them. So yeah, what that tells you is that this game gets more longevity and more stuff for you to do, because it has that feature giving you a lucky drop, which you don't have in Heroes. Like in Heroes, you only get a one-time reward, and that's it. You don't get extra stuff for, repeating the stage again, unless it is a reward from a monthly reward, or of course if you get a special set of challenges that last around 2 or 3 days or so. So yeah, nothing that interesting. As you can see in Heroes here, the story gives you 5 pearls for each one of those stages being completed, or acts as I mentioned before, and then individually for clearing all of the little stages inside of them, you get an extra pearl for that. So coming up next, we go to emergency missions. You can see here, I'm going to show you these ones here. You could say are kinda, if not of course, like the Grand Hero battles, but here, as you can see, we have running at the same time 1, 2, 3, and because we have right now in the game a special event which is called Blazing Festival, you get another extra 1, 2, 3, 4 extra stages of that. Plus, of course, you get for farming. As you can see here, we get a stage which is specialized for farming the, you could say, feather currency of this game, which is money, Ryo. You get here a stage for farming that. You basically can farm feathers here. You don't need to wait every single day to click on a character to get 5 feathers. You can farm them here, and you can get them in huge quantities. Like you can see right now, I have 30 million Ryo, which would kinda equal to 30 million feathers if I will be able to do that in Heroes. So, sorry. As you can see here, we have also stages for farming scrolls, which are items that you can use to unlock potential here for your characters. Like you can unlock them using through those items. You can unlock them from 4-star to 5-star, and in this game you have 6 stars, which, to be honest, the way they did implement them in this game are not annoying. It's not like, you're having this whole range of 5-star characters and like 2 or 3 6 stars which are above all of everything. Like most of the characters here are 6 stars already, so I don't have a problem with that, to be honest. But yeah, the amount of stuff that you get through here is pretty interesting. Okay, sorry for that. I'm back with you. Had a little problem with the recording feature. But yeah, as I was showing before with you, showing here through this information, we have a set of missions which let you get the materials that you need to level up your characters, unlock potential. Would be that in heroes, that will be in heroes, of course. And here the ramen, it's also used in tandem with your Ryo to level up a character. You don't need that much, to be honest. You only need like there's a 4-star variation here of that item, and you only need like 3 or 4 of those to get a character from 0 to level 70. Pretty cheap, to be honest, and the fact that these items can be farmed, it's very, very good, to be honest. And all of these missions, which I have not told you, all of these missions here can also give you pearls, which will be, of course, the equivalent of orbs in heroes. And they have the same feature, like here, depending on the, of course, difficulty that you use, like there's typings of characters here. Like skill will be the typing of character that has the advantage against the character that you have. Body will be the same element, or of course the same type of character that you're fighting. And hurt is the one that is weak against the character that you're fighting. So basically, here for clearing a chapter in skill, you're getting a character to be unlocked, possibly as a farmable character. You can unlock them as many times as you want to, going through the process. You can farm that character and make that character fully skilled without, of course, having to worry about a limit or anything of the sort. The only limit that there is for these missions is, of course, the time that they're going to stay in the game, because they're in rotation. Weekly they change them for a new character. And of course, each one of them have the same feature. Like here you get 1 pearl for the easiest difficulty. You get 3 pearls for clearing it in the mid difficulty, and you get 5 pearls for clearing the mission in the highest difficulty. And that applies for every single one of these. On top of that, you get a possible character to be unlocked, of course, which is the one featured in the banner or in the event, sorry. And plus, you get items to improve your characters. As you can see here, you get 1 pearl, 3 or 5 pearls, which for all of these events equal at the very least, which includes, of course, the lucky drop plus all the other drops acquired. For each one of these, you get 1, 3, and 5, which equals to 9, plus 1, which is the lucky drop one, equals to 10. So you get 10, 20, 30 pearls for each and every single one of these events, at the very least, because there are ones that give you more, that give you 3 and 3 and 5, because they have same typing. So it's actually like the same as if you would do it in the 3 or in the second variation of difficulty. So they give you, for clearing in the first difficulty, they give you other 3 pearls. So at the very least, you're getting here 31 pearls, because they give you other extra pearl for clearing all the difficulties. Like the first time that you clear C and B and A difficulties, they give you another extra pearl. So you get a total of 31 pearls, which is, in my opinion, pretty huge. And on top of that, of course, you get the character. you get the characters. So as you can see, if you would implement this in Fire Emblem Heroes, if you see the difference here, like if Fire Emblem Heroes, or of course if this game would copy the same style of Fire Emblem Heroes, you will be getting only in Heroes, in this game, the character and some Ryo, and that's it, no pearls. But here you get a total of 30 pearls. 30. Imagine if you would get a Grand Hero battle and you would get 30 orbs for clearing a Grand Hero battle. How great that would feel. But we never had the chance or the taste of getting that. That's how you can see how greedy Fire Emblem, the intelligence systems or whomever that did develop that game is. As you can see here in this game, they're giving you for each event, at the very least, 30 pearls. And that's not the end of the story. For each and every single one of these events, you can get at the very least 30 pearls. 30 pearls. And of course, for event such as these ones who only have 2 difficulties, you get less. But I think that's the only one here that has those 2 difficulties. All the other ones have at the very least, or actually, I was mistaken. That's only for the emergency missions and the impact missions that you have here in the main bracket, which are these 2 in the top. The ones that we got for this specific event that we have right now, which is the Blazing Festival, only have 2 difficulties, but still, they're getting an equal amount of stuff for the stuff that you do. If you have 3 difficulties, you get 30 plus pearls. If you have 2 difficulties, you get 20 plus pearls for that. Plus, of course, the opportunity of unlocking that character. So pretty great, and that also applies to these ones here. These other difficulties, events, or you could say rates that give you items. They give you pearls for clearing them too. Like, the main stake here is not the pearls, but you get pearls if you clear the whole conditions. Like, if you clear the whole conditions that are needed, like getting all the drops plus the lucky drop, they give you a pearl too. Plus, of course, you get the items that you need to train your characters. So yeah, the ones that give you stuff to train your characters do not give you 5 and 3 and 1 pearl for clearing them, but they still give you pearls for clearing them with all the conditions, which are still very good. I mean, you're still getting something extra for going at them. If you cleared all the conditions, of course, you're gonna get more pearls after that. But the fact that they give you 1 pearl for the first time that you clear all the conditions and all these stages, it's very good. Like, you get 1, 2, 3, a total of 5 pearls, I think, for each one of these, which is very, very good. I'm very, very happy with this system, and I really hope that they improve and, of course, implement this system into Heroes. So let's go next to Trial. Here you have the choice of unlocking pearls to limit break your characters. What is limit break here? You could say that it's something in the same similarities such as Weapon Refinery that gives your characters an extra boost of level. Like in here, if they have characters which have been power crept by other new characters that came out, this way you can improve the level of your character and improve them further to get them up to speed with the other characters, or even surpass them in some cases. So you have here for each and every single one of the elements in this game, which is heart, skill, body, bravery, and of course wisdom. For each and every single one of those typings, you can get an extra crystal or a set of crystals if you get a lucky drop. And when you get all of those crystals, you can use those materials to improve a character and give them a huge boost in levels and improve all of their levels so that they can get to huge amount of power, and that way not be power crept by the newer units as badly. Of course, in some cases you may not be able to surpass them totally, but you'll be able to reach them in most cases without no issues. And that's it when it comes to the missions. We have trial missions, we have story, and emergency missions. And of course, I forgot to mention, even the trial missions have the same feature. As you can see here, you can get orbs for clearing these too. And actually, these give you actual orbs in the conditions, as you can see here. Very, very good. I love this system, and as I mentioned before, I hope that this is implemented into Heroes. Hopefully in the future we can get that feature implemented into the game. Okay, I'll continue in a bit more and check with you the next feature that is going to be pretty interesting for you to know. Okay everyone, I'm back here. Let's continue, of course, from the last set of stuff that we had. Here I'm going to check with you on a game mode that it's in this game, which may remind you of Fire Emblem Heroes. Actually, I present to you the Phantom Castle. The Phantom Castle is kinda like a Tempest Trials in arena in one. Like here, you get to go through floors, and each time that you reach a floor, you get a reward. Plus, of course, it works like not the same way that the Tempest Trials work, that you clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or even some, and of course, Lunatic, you get to clear 7 stages. You here just only need to clear a total of course, one stage, and you'll get your points after that. Of course, this mode is not as good as in Heroes, because here you only get to use 3 times that feature, of course, to battle, and if you want to use it after that, you need to spend pearls. But of course, it doesn't take as long if you start early in the game to get to the 100th floor, and you don't really need to spend any resources if you're playing the game regularly. Like, you can just breeze through the game and through this game mode, and without the need to spend any pearls, unless of course you want to be in the upper tiers. But in the end, very good game mode, very well implemented, and I think that they should be doing this in Heroes too, because it will make very interesting for implementing Arena with Tempest Trials style gameplay. I mean, that will be very, very good. Imagine if you'd be able to face another team in the of course Tempest Trials from the arena, and that way get points, and of course get more rewards out of that. I'll definitely prefer to face a team in the arena more than facing 7 stages of course, just randomized characters. So yeah, very good game mode right there. After that, we have here the Ninja Road, which is another game mode that lets you farm these special coins that let you buy characters in this game. Yeah, you heard correctly. You can buy 5-star and 6-star characters in this game with in-game currency that you can farm. And well, that's another feature that Heroes is missing. Like, you cannot buy characters there or farm any character for that matter. Like, as I mentioned before, and you know that, like, if you go through a Grand Hero battle, you just get the character once you clear the stage, and that's it. But here, if you go here to the shop, and then you go to the Granny Cat's hiding place, right now there's a list of stuff that you can buy, but among those, you can buy characters with your coins. Of course, you need to farm the coins, but you can actually buy characters, and you can look at them and see their stats and everything. It's a pretty interesting feature, to be honest, and I really hope that it gets implemented into Heroes. Like, this game is very free-to-play friendly, and I really think that this is an example and a game that everybody in the gacha industry should follow. Very friendly game, to be honest. It lets you get a lot of stuff for free, and it lets you really do a lot of stuff in the game without paying a single dime. Like in my case, I just like in Fire Emblem Heroes. In this game, I banned 100% free to play. I have not spent a single dime here, and I have had a very good experience as of late. Of course, when the game came out, it had some issues, but because I had started playing this game like a little more than 2 months or so after its first year anniversary, I've been having a pretty good experience with it. So yeah, as you can see, you can buy characters in this game here with in-game currency, and as I mentioned before, you can farm that from this game mode here, which is the Ninja Road, which is another. It's kind of more. This one is actually more in the vein of Tempest Trials, because it's a set of 20 stages, a pretty intense game mode that you need to go through 20 stages to clear. But in the end, if you clear all of them, the reward that you get is worth it, because you basically get a 5-star character stone that lets you merge with any character in the game, and that way you can. It's like if you will go to a Tempest trial, and at the end you would get a 5-star of your choice to merge with other character. Imagine how crazy that would be. So yeah, and after that we get here the PvP mode in the game, which would be kinda like the equivalent of the arena in Arena Assault and Fire Emblem Heroes. And just for you to have a look, let's check the rewards here. You have 2-tier rewards here. You have the class rewards and you have the ranking rewards. Here are the class rewards, just for you to see. Let's go here to the max level, which would be tier 20 in Fire Emblem Heroes. If you will be at the max, at the highest level here, you will get 40 pearls just out of placing in the best positions in the game, like being in the top of all the players. You get 40 pearls, not 4, not 10, not 20. You get 40 pearls, and of course 20,000 coins for spending in the shop to get characters, or of course some other goodies that you may need to improve a character or something of the sort. But as you can see, you're getting progressively lower, but it's not like the of course the reward that you get is still bad. I mean, if you get lower, even if you go to the other tier, will be like tier 18 or 19 in the game, you're still getting some pretty good rewards. 15 pearls, 14, 13, yeah, and of course now it's gotten to a pretty low level, almost 10, but still, as you can see, you're getting some pretty good stuff, even if you rank around or so 16 or 7 tier equivalent in Heroes. Very solid, to be honest. And then if you go to the GLB ranking here, right now there's not, because on the current season that we have here, there's no special character as a reward, because here also you can get a special 6-star exclusive character if you place on top of the tier. You don't get that in Heroes. You don't get a 6-star character for placing high for your efforts. And that's on top of this. Like this here is by default every single week. So if you get to place in the tier 20, which is the equivalent here, the 5 Kage tier, you'll get 40 pearls for being there. Not 4, as I mentioned before, like in tier 20 Heroes. You get 40. And the problem is that that's not the end of story. There's still more that you can see that this game has on top of Heroes already. So let's get to that. In this game, you have that game mode, and that's basically the last game mode that you can enjoy here. You have story, emergency missions, trial missions, the Phantom Castle that we talked before, the Ninja Road, and you have the Ninja World Clash, which is the PvP game mode. Now, for the most interesting feature here, and the one that needs Heroes a lot to learn from, the summon feature. Right now we have, you could say, the equivalent to the legendary banners that we have in Heroes. But here, you get actual justice for what you spend in this game. When it comes to pearls solely, I'm not talking about if you spend money. Of course, that's if you're a pay-to-play player in the game, or of course if you just want to support the game once. But even as a free-to-play player, let's go here to the summon customs. Here you can get, this is a celebration of the 40 million downloads, but only one extra feature was added to this thing just because of that special, of course, celebration. But I'll let you know what it is when we get there. But all the other stuff that you see here is by default always there. You get a discounted multi-summon for 40 pearls on the first level. I'm going to be very clear with you. This game has very good rates for 5 stars. You'll get, even if you're just summoning with 40 pearls and there's nothing guaranteed, you're going to get most of the time from 2 to 3 5 stars, or in this case 2 to 3 golden characters per summon multi-summon, of course, in each of your summons. Sometimes you may be unlucky, of course. In this game, there's also the factor is not guaranteed. You may get a multi-summon with empty characters, like no 5 stars. You may get only 4 stars and 3 stars. But the difference here is that if you continue going through these summons, in the 3rd level here, when you spend there 40, you get nothing. But then you get to the 3rd level, you get a 1 limited character guaranteed on the banner character. No pity breakers, no characters that you don't want to get. You get a guaranteed character from the actual banner in the 3rd level, not in the 9th or in the 7th or in the last level of these summons. In the 3rd level, after spending only around 130 pearls, which is equivalent to orbs and hero, of course, could be, of course, 130 orbs, you get a guaranteed character. You don't get that in heroes. And I'll be honest with you, I've been pretty lucky on heroes, to be honest. Sometimes I got a free 5-star character out of a free summon, or I've gotten a character before the 3.5 PD rate, and of course a focus one. But sometimes I do not. Sometimes I spend 100 orbs or more and I don't get not even a 5-star. Or I get a PD breaker, which is a pretty bad character. But here, even and only if you, let's say you try to play your luck and you spend only 40 pearls, which is the equivalent to 40 orbs in heroes, you may be very lucky and pull around 4 or 5 golden tickets, which are of course 5 stars, and get the character on the banner or more of those characters, and you only spend like 40 pearls. That has happened to me before. And it's crazy. Like, you get the guaranteed character here, then you get a summon where your characters that you get are the same as if you used 50 pearls, but you only spend half of them. You only spend 25 on the 4th summon. Then you get rates up 3 times for the character on the banner on one of the choices, but of course you need to pay full price for that. And then the next one, you get another guaranteed character for 50 pearls. You get a multi-summon with 10 characters, and you get one of the characters in the banner guaranteed. After that, you spend another 25. And then the last 2, which is this is the only difference. In this one, because of the special celebration, the 8th step gives you an extra guaranteed character on the banner. But that's the only difference. Like, in the normal ones, the 8th step, the level 8, will not give you a guaranteed one. I think it will be a rate up. But always the last step gives you a guaranteed character on the banner. This equals to spending around 380 pearls per a whole summoning circle here to get to the last step and get that guaranteed character. There have been people who have spent 500 orbs and heroes and they never get the characters on the banners. That's how bad it has been. And here, you get guaranteed the character that you want, only spending 380 pearls, equivalent to 380 orbs in heroes. Very, very good feature, and something that heroes desperately needs for all the players to summon. They can give us the choice to get a single summon, which they're not lacking that in here. If you go down here through the summons, you have the choice to do a single too. You're not forced to summon 40 pearls for each time. You can do a single too if you wish to. A single summon, and if you're lucky, you can get the character you want, or a 5-star. Or of course, you may not be that lucky and get a 4-star or a 3-star. But you have the choice to go through the singles, or you can do a multi-summon and get lucky too in that matter and get the character that you want. in the first summon. That's how crazy good this system is. And I think that if Heroes implements this into Fire Emblem Heroes, more people will be enticed to stop being free to play and start paying. In my case, I would do that for sure if the character that they have in the banner is of my liking, of course. But that's what I mean. Like, they don't assure you anything. Like, if you summon in that game, you don't have anything guaranteed. You may get a pity breaker, you may get the character that you want, or you may get only 3 stars and 4 stars. Here, since pretty much starting with the 3rd step in this summon, you get a guaranteed character already from the banner. And that, as I mentioned before, that's not exclusive to this special event that we have now. This Blazing Festival event comes once each month, which, as I mentioned before, is the equivalent to the legendary banners that we get now in Heroes. But here, in the 3rd step, you get a guaranteed character, no pity breaker, from the actual banner, which is very, very good. And it's something that, to be honest, it's missing from Heroes. Like, you get a Blazing Festival character, which is the banner that we have right now, character guaranteed in the 3rd level summon, which is very good. It's very hard to get that sometimes in Heroes, and that's something that they need to learn from with, haste, because the game really needs that. The summonings right now are becoming very, very bad in Heroes with all of those PD breakers that people may get. And sometimes, well, they may say that those PD breakers are not bad because, well, as of now, there are some very good 5 stars in Heroes. Sometimes people are not interested in getting those characters when what they really want is the character featured in the banner, not a good character. So yeah, anyway, if you get a good 5 star, some people is not happy with that because they don't want the good 5 star. They want the characters featured, the featured characters. So yeah, that's how great the summoning feature is in this game. And something that Heroes needs to implement as soon as possible in their game. So, yep, I mean, if you go here to the shop, once again, just to show you, you can do basically very similar stuff as in Heroes here. You can expand your friend list, you can expand your character list, you can recover your stamina, you can buy stuff from the granny shop, which, as I mentioned before, lets you purchase heroes, lets you purchase characters in this game, which is great. It's not something that you cannot do in Heroes. You cannot purchase their characters. You don't have a shop to purchase anything basically there. You just can get crests and crystals and from quests, and well, that's only if you play the training tower to get those items, but nothing interesting. No coins to buy characters, no way to farm feathers, no way to do anything besides battling, and nothing that you may get to level up or improve a character. Only crystals, and the only feature that they can be used for, it's for improving your seals, or of course if you want to upgrade a character from 4 star to 5 star, or 3 star to 4 star, or vice versa. But that's it. You cannot get coins to purchase characters or anything of the sort. So yeah, I mean, and the friends feature here, like here, the friend list, if you go to your friend list, here you can do actually something with your friends. You have multiplayer in this game. You can do co-op with other people, not to battle them, but to actually play with them a mission, a story, an emergency mission, a trial mission, whatever you want to play with them. You can do it multiplayer with friends, or of course with other people that you don't know. Like if you go here, let's go back Let's go back to the main page here. You see there an option that says join multiplayer. If you go there, you choose a team that you have, whichever one, and then you get a list of people that have rooms open that are trying to people for them to join and of course play with them to clear a stage. And if you play in this play mode, you don't spend any stamina or any resources, and you still get the drops from those missions. So very crazy good game mode that heroes may benefit a lot from. And well, what else can I say? This game is an example not only for Fire Emblem Heroes but to all gacha games. In my opinion, this game has some flaws, but the good things that it has, the pros, overwhelm those cons that it has. So yeah, very good game. And to be honest, I hope that Fire Emblem Heroes follows this route, because it desperately needs it to get more content into the game. And I did not talk about the missions too. Like here, these are the quests that you get, and these quests get progressively harder as you go. Like, you have a quest for unlocking more characters, you have a quest for completing missions in the game, and you get pearls for that. You get a pearl for fulfilling requirements of missions. You get more coins for competing in the game modes. Just for winning or completing or doing stuff in the game, you get extra stuff. You get more missions as you unlock the other missions that you did before, and you complete them, and then you get more missions to do. This is how heroes should do things. We're going to get to a next game in which we're going to see in more depth what I mean with that. But here, it's already starting to show you. You have C rank missions for people who, of course, have started the game, and of course, they have yet to play the game more. Here you get, on top of the pearls that you get daily, because they give you here also a daily pearl for just logging in, you get more extra pearls for logging a set amount of days, and that number gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you go. So you can see how generous this game is and how much stuff it gives you just from logging in daily to the game and playing the game, which is something that heroes desperately needs. They don't give you anything. They don't have any set of rewards for doing stuff in the game. Like, you can play story, and you can play training tower, and you can play other game modes in the game which are always there, but you're not getting any extra reward for doing that a set amount of times. You get nothing. You just get to complete the mission, and you get the XP or the SP, and that's it. Nothing worthwhile for doing so. So yeah, as you can see here, the whole list of rewards, and as you can see, you get just all of them just from playing the game. You don't need to do anything crazy. Just as you progressively play the game, you get the rewards. That's how great this game has implemented its reward system, or of course its quest system. And it also has like 15 quests that you can do daily, which include daily 3 pearls daily that you can get from doing just your daily ninja trials. Daily 3 free pearls from just playing the game modes. Daily 3 pearls. Daily 3 pearls. You don't get that in Heroes. You only get 1 on the weekends. 1, 2 on the weekends. And here daily. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, no matter the day. You get 3 extra pearls daily from completing the daily quests, which are not hard. You just need to do something 5 times. Complete an emergency mission 5 times, you get a pearl. Compete in the PvP mode 5 times, you get 2 pearls. 1 at the 3rd time, 1 at the 5th time. That's it. You don't need to go through crazy stuff to get the pearls. Even more perks, as you can see, are there that I have not mentioned, but I think that I've made my point very clear as of now. This game, it's great when it comes to its features that it has. It still has flaws, it still has cons, but the pros are so good that you don't even get to see them at first glance. So, I hope you join me in the next game. Thank you for watching to this point. Hello once again, we're here in the last game. I have other couple games that I could show you, of course, but I'm just going to make my point clear with this last game. I don't need more games to show you, and to why, of course, Heroes needs those improvements. I present to you Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. This is another gacha game, similar in the same vein to Heroes because it's a gacha game. You use pearls to purchase stuff in the game. You get some stuff that you may not get. You may get lucky, and you may get some stuff, you know. This game here has what I would say the best reward system for lifetime. Like, this game gives you rewards based, of course, on your skill as you go through the game progression and leveling up your characters. And this game is, in my opinion, the best one so far when it comes to that. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Blazing had a very good reward system, but I think this one is better, just a bit more, but still is better than that. Just to show you, of course, here you get daily, this little things that you can get. You may get more than once a day, of course, these things to appear in your map. These little items let you fight duelists in this game, which in turn give you drops, which are kinda like characters, because in this game you don't summon characters, you summon card packets. So with this card package, you can get a pack of 3 cards, and that way improve your character's deck. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! After all. I hope you know, but basically, if you don't know Yu-Gi-Oh!, it's a trading card game that lets you fight with other people through decks, and you can build your decks and, well, synergize them to fight other people. Maybe you already know it, but just in case you didn't know what is Yu-Gi-Oh!, that's basically what it is, a trading card game that you can battle with other people. Here in this game, the only thing that I wanted to show you that it's mostly what I think that Heroes needs when it comes to its mission style is this. You have special missions here, which equal to the event missions that you get, and of course, you have your weekly missions, which give you lots of materials, which include the diamonds or the currency of this game that lets you summon through the game modes, and also you have lifetime missions that get better as you play. Like if you clear all of these here, you get more difficult ones as you clear all of these, and they start improving. Like if you log in, you get more pearls. If you play a total number of duels, which of course is what you do in this game, Duel, they give you more pearls. If you play a certain character at a certain level, they give you more pearls, or of course the currency in this game. Same goes for the nets, and you can get the point basically. If you play a mode in this game, or if you play a certain character, or if you play in a certain mode certain number of times, or if you do the certain number of times, they are always rewarding you with this. And this is only the special missions. Like if you go through the normal missions, you have stage missions for clearing a current stage in the game. This is stage missions. Once they get unlocked, they give you the next stage, which of course gives you more rewards. and you can clear these at your own pace. Like if you play through the game, and then you get to beat a character, and then you clear the stage, the next stage unlocks itself, and then you can clear that too, and you can progressively get to the next stage, into the next stage, into the next stage, without waiting for them to drop each 2 or 3 weeks another quest line. You're going to have that always in the game, which is going to get progressively harder, of course, but it's something that is going to be always there, giving you more stuff to do. Here you have all of these quests for unlocking characters. They give you in-game resources, and or in case sometimes sometimes they give you diamonds, or of course the in-game currency that they have here. And that's when it comes to that. Plus, you get, of course, all of the game modes we have right now in the bed, which is called Tag Duel. That gives you more pearls from that. Here, the summon, it's also kind of similar because they don't give you always random stuff. Like here, let's say you have a summon to do. A new summon, such as in this case, it's the banner. It's actually a card of bots of cards, which include a set. And here, if you get the cards here, and a certain set of cards, and then of course, if you clear some of these are not going to appear anymore. Like once you clear a set or a bots, you're going to get all the cards included in it, guaranteed by the end of the summon, because of course all the cards that you get are going to start disappearing from this list. You're going to get these numbers less to 0, and eventually you'll get one of these cards without no problems. Like it may get more time, and of course this is not as friendly as the system that they have in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Blazing, but still, it assures you something. That's the point, that it assures you that by the end, at least you're going to get something guaranteed. If you're interested in summoning from these, if you have the number of diamonds, or of course, whatever, once again, the game currency that they have here for summoning, you're going to get something. If you're interested in these bots, and if you have the number of packs that you need to summon, the number of currency that they have in this game to summon, that totals, of course, the cards that you get. You may get, of course, what you need before, but at least you have assured that you're gonna get it by the end when you clear the whole pack set of the bots. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. And of course, something else that you need to note is that you have here characters in this game. That's Kaiba there with his speech. And each and every single one of these characters give you more rewards for leveling them up. Like when you level them up, they give you a card, they give you an ability, they give you more in-game summoning currency. It's very good, like, and you can train each one and every single one of these characters to their max level, and I think it's very high. Like you can get to some pretty high levels here, and as you can see, the rewards are in some cases quite juicy. But yeah, like you can get lots of stuff just for playing the game. Just for playing the game, you get a lot of rewards. And there's many characters here in this game you can unlock. Like, I think right now you can unlock up to 12 characters in total. And each and every single one of these give you more stuff. Here, if you duel, you get, of course, your drops too. You may get lucky drops too here. You can get some very rare cards from that. Here, we also have this feature here, which is another play mode or game mode that you have in the game. It's not only dueling, but it's more like a quiz game mode. And you get also, for clearing this, you get cards, which of course you could say that are characters that you summon here, just for clearing these, and you get also more in-game currency to summon. Very, very good, as you can see. It's not a very huge number, but still, You're getting something. You're getting a new extra game mode that you can do besides just normal dueling, which is of course kind of based in dueling, but it's still a new game mode because it's more like a quiz game mode, more than an actual duel type mode. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that you can do in these two games that I just showed you, which Heroes is desperately needing for us to do. Like, I don't know, but if they will really implement a way to implement all of these kind of stuff that they have in these games into Heroes, Heroes will be much better than what it is right now. And as I said at the beginning, I love Fire Emblem Heroes, but to be honest, it's getting very boring right now. At first it was kind of exciting, but I'm kind of sick of the same stuff to do always and always and always. This game also has a feature to play with other people online, which is also of course a game mode that gives you extra stuff for playing it through missions. And also at the end, if you rank high within the ranking of the game, you may get also a good amount of in-game summoning currency. So very good game, to be honest. Has a lot of stuff that Heroes needs, and it has a lot of things that you could use as an example that could be implemented into Heroes. And also something that I forgot to mention, which is very important and that I hope that they do in Heroes. I don't want to see login bonuses for the anniversary. I want to see what they did in this game and in the other game. And on Naruto Blazing, they give you 100 pearls. Basically, because they give you 50 through a contest in Facebook if you gave a like to a post. They give you 50, but in the game, without you doing anything, they give you 50 extra pearls for the New Year event that they had. 50 pearls for free. A whole 10 characters summon for free. And this game, on their anniversary, which was like in the 16th, I think, around 8 days ago, they give you 1,000 in-game summoning currency. 1,000 for free. I don't want to see Heroes login bonuses. If they don't give us at the very least 50 orbs for their anniversary for free, I'm going to be very mad. That's going to show you how greedy Intelligent Systems or whomever is of course managing Fire Emblem Heroes is. Because if they only give you login bonuses, that doesn't count. If you log in daily, that's something that you need to do with effort. There's no present in that. You're doing something to play the game, you're not getting really rewarded for it. They need to give us a good reward to us for the anniversary. At the very least, 50 orbs would be good. 20 will be kinda lame, I'll take it, but 50 will be a good reward. 50 orbs. They gave us, in this game, 1,000 in-game current summoning, which equals to 20 packs of cards. Take that in mind, 20 packs of cards, which all of them equal to 60 cards in total. In the other game, they gave us basically virtually 100 pearls, 50 from a Facebook post that they did only in the New Year. That was not a part of the anniversary of that game. That was part of the New Year. And what did the Heroes give us in New Year? Nothing, just a banner to summon from. Nothing that intense. Well, they gave us some quests and some stuff that they gave us to get, but not a good amount of stuff, of course, just in one way, like, get this pack of orbs for you to summon on the anniversary. No, they just gave us, like, each day some quest that we could do, and that's it. But, yeah, man, I mean, These examples that I gave you, these two games, are very good at what they are doing towards their players. Very friendly towards free to play. And I think that Fire Emblem Heroes needs this. They need to fix their summon pool. They need to guarantee a character after a certain number of summons. And they need a lot of content and a lot of missions for you to be occupied doing out of the freaking daily arena things that they do. Something that you can look forward to doing in the game in the long run. Not just freaking beat the arena 2 times and I'll give you 100 feathers, which is nothing that impressive. So yeah, they need a lot of stuff to fix. Thank you very much for watching this analysis. And once again, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.